The bullet is already in the brain. It won't be outrun forever or charmed to a halt. In the end, it will do its work and leave the troubled skull behind, dragging its comet's tail of memory and hope and talent and love into the marble hall of commerce. That can't be helped. But for now, Anders can still make time. Time for the shadows to lengthen on the grass. Time for the tethered dog to bark at the flying ball. Time for the boy in right field to smack his sweat-blackened mitt and softly chant, "They is, they is, they is." I faced the prospect of reading A Bullet in the Brain with a sense of indifference. The story had the ability to be good. It had an interesting title after all. Yet it was written by Tobias Wolff, a professor at Stanford University, as a short story for The New Yorker in 1995. The work was a solid amount of pages, not too long, not too short, and the character's name was Anders, which automatically gave him the promise of being an interesting person. The first sentence is written in a stream of consciousness format, my favorite, so I read on. The third-person narrator had the gift of using contrasting, descriptive words as he spoke. With admiration, I strove to use that in my own writing, thinking that conflicting words have a knack for getting stuck inside the caverns of a reader's memory. Phrasing such as elegant savagery and brass-knuckled poetry jumped off the page and transformed before landing within the pages of my own story. And there they lay, hoping that they would affect my reader in the same way I was affected by Wolff. In A Bullet in the Brain, Anders regarded the world around him with a contempt that came only from the repetition of an unsatisfactory life. He encountered the world with eyes and thoughts that had already given him a predetermined outlook on life and people and situations. Wolff forced his characters into moral decisions, eventually deciding between the world's view of the truth and their own. This mirrored my own characters, due to my belief in the importance of life choices. My creations had to make decisions based on their feelings or their emotions before the story was allowed to flow on. Writers always include a piece of themselves within the works they pen to paper. The dialogue existing in the deepest parts of my mind is filled with sarcasm, and my characters voice the rudeness I could never say aloud. Similarly, Anders is an outspoken character who viewed both regular people and the bank robbers with the same kind of disdain. Yet after he was shot, the audience was greeted by the images of his true nature, which is what succeeds in invoking the reader's sympathy. Wolff gave Anders the complexity of being more than the words he said aloud, and I tried to do the same in my own work. It was this story that showed me what it meant to transform a character into something more than their actions. Only then are they able to represent something more than just themselves.